All right, everybody. Greg Bull here with Bowjunky Media here at the 2021 OPA at Bowfest on Mont de Lac. It is time for the senior experts.
Yes.
I'm joined by esteemed colleague Darren Christianberry. This weekend's coverage is brought to you by Obsession Bows. Things have been a little bit exciting so far today, Darren.
Yeah, this wind is just tricky, and the closer targets, the Javelina's 37.2, the Bedded Buck's 51. Everybody's been putting some decent shots on those targets, but when they get out to the Grizzly and Bigfoot at 71 and 88.9, the arrows haven't been really close to the dots yet, and it's no fault of the archers.
No, absolutely
This
not.
is just crazy conditions, uphill, windy, so we're going to get to see some more right here, and it's been really interesting so far to see how these are shaking out.
No question. So up in the senior expert, we have Louis Russo and Joel Kucher.
Kucker?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
like
how.
that.
Yeah.
Super nice guy. We see both of these guys pretty much everywhere. Joel gets to pick, and Joel will shoot first.
There you go.
And so
I don't blame him a bit.
And I mean, the wind is a little bit more right now, but it's not like it was earlier on. Those amateur bow hunter guys, they had a rough go of that.
They did. It was like twice as hard a little while ago as it is right now. I don't know how you measure that, but it was really blowing hard.
All right, here we go.
Joel's going to be up first. That
Javelina
is 37.2. One arrow closest to center.
Oh, that's going to be about 7 inches straight left on the other side of the 14. So Russo here now, he was in Yankton. After Yankton, he was just talking to me. He's going to the chiropractor. He's got some back issues. He's going to the chiropractor once or twice a week. But after Yankton, he went and visited Mount Rushmore and did everything. So
nice.
His back's not feeling too good right now, he said.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think it's almost an equal.
He's got a chance to get inside of that arrow there of Joel's.
Wind's picking up a little bit, Darren.
They're going to hit left. I'm telling you, if you're aiming right at the dot, I don't care what arrow you're shooting, you're going to hit left in this wind.
Absolutely, and the wind's picking up a little bit right now, obviously, as you can see.
Yeah, he let down there, reset, try it again, get that pin steadied up. And
for those of you wondering that might hear that helicopter, we are not under attack. They are handing out rides here. Let's see how Louis does on this Havy.
It looks like he's holding pretty decent. There's a big movement in his bow.
Ooh, there's the wind, Darren.
He's going to let this down. He needs to let this down. There you go. There you go.
All right, that's his last draw.
Yeah.
That's his last draw.
It's got to go.
So this draw's got to go.
So, yes.
He was way long in that shot. Needed to take a deep breath and reset. So
100%.
Get good and steady the best you can. Get aggressive, and this one's got to go.
Yep. And he needs to make this shot quick, Darren.
Yeah.
And the wind just
The
died.
wind's not bad right now. Get it in there and get her going. He did it.
There you go.
Good shot, Louis.
Louis Russo will, on the third draw, make it happen. So Louis will eliminate Joel, and he will move on against longtime shooter Jeff Hooman. Jeff's been around for a minute.
Jeff has been around for a long time. He's qualified with a 383. He was in third place coming in, so they're going to do a one-arrow shoot-off to see who advances to face Ron Bart.
And they are shooting the Bedded Buck. How far is that buck?
Bedded Buck is 51 yards.
And that's a tough 51.
It really is. Uphill in the wind, it's not an easy shot.
Why isn't that target so low to the ground?
It is, and these rings are tiny. They can see them, obviously. They're painted, so they have a really good reference, but I promise you, with this wind like it is, their pin's not sitting on that 12 ring.
No, and in these kind of conditions, it's got to be kind of intimidating with that target so close to the ground.
Yeah, and it's a one and done. You have to make a great shot or you're eliminated.
Absolutely.
You can get lucky with this wind. You can get lucky, but it's tough to make a perfect shot out here in these conditions.
Here we go. Jeff Hooman has chose to shoot first because he's the higher seed. So here we go. Jeff Hooman on the 51-yard deer.
I've seen Jeff's face around a long time. Since I've started, I've seen him shoot.
Jeff holding for a good. That's gonna be about 2.5 inches straight right.
Okay.
And he's shooting what looks to be like a 22 or 23 series arrow.
Pretty good sized bullet, so he had to be aiming right then.
100%.
He had to be.
There's no question.
No, you don't hit right in this wind unless you're aiming right.
And his height's perfect.
Good.
Height's absolutely perfect.
Very
He's
good.
just about 3 inches right. So
Room for Louis to get in there.
there is some room. Can't tell quite what arrow it is, but it looks skinny.
Yeah, I don't know what label that is, but he's definitely shooting an arrow for wind and distance.
Oh, see? Maybe that time
All right, here we go, Louis Russo. Opportunity.
Wind's starting to pick up just a little.
Long hold for Louis. No. Jeff Hooman is going to eliminate Louis Russo. So
I can actually see that arrow. A little bit high left, I believe.
So Jeff Hooman will advance and face Ron Barnt. Now, Ron Barnt was actually leading Tim Gillingham coming into yesterday's final 5 targets. And, of course, Tim had a good round today, but on the first 5 today, Ron Barnt actually shot a 0 on that target number 5 on a long mule deer.
Yes, it's in that big bowl up top, if I remember correctly.
It is, and so he
probably
shot
wind, I'm guessing. There's a lot of wind in there this morning.
There was a lot of wind. He just missed left, went right under the brisket, and his height looked good. But I'm gonna point something out that seems to be fairly obvious. But how much you want to bet right now that Bowtech sweeps the senior expert podium?
1,000% going to happen. 1,000% it's going to happen.
All right, so here we go. So we got
Ron
Jeff
shooting
Hooman
against
versus
Jeff.
Ron Barnt. Ron Barnt chooses to shoot first, and they're on
shooting
that
that,
howling wolf.
and that wolf is 59.4 yards up that hill. The wind is picking up.
All right, that's going to be down on the core line, about 4 inches low left.
Okay. Some room for Jeff.
It is interesting. Jeff with the big arrows has been the only guy that really hit right.
Yeah. I don't know if you can bubble enough to get that arrow to hit right, or he's got to be probably aiming off.
Yeah, no question.
I haven't talked much about the qualifying course. This is one of the most awesome ranges.
Oh, for sure.
And formats that you can shoot. Challenging is an understatement, and the wind doesn't make it easy, but what a cool setup they have here at the OPA.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what Jeff's waiting for. You're not going to get much calmer on the wind than this, Darren.
He was waiting on me to get done talking, I think. He's at full draw now.
Here we go, Jeff Hooman. Got about 4 inches to play with.
He's fighting his bow a little bit here. I don't know if he'll stay with it or. There you go. He let it down.
Yeah, well, and this is something folks at home aren't necessarily, they're going to be like, well, that arrow, so he basically, all he has to do is hit about an 8-inch circle down there to advance. Right.
Yeah.
However, uphill, this distance, in the wind, under pressure,
12
on
to
camera.
15 mile an hour right now,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. If it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it. Yeah, I mean, there was a guy that commented on Jesse Broadwater's interview yesterday and said, I can hit a bottle cap every time, no matter what, at 40 yards, so why would I buy anything new? And I said, you need to be out here shooting for 20 grand.
We should have saw him up in Yankton last weekend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here we go, Jeff Hooman. Wind's howling out there, Darren.
Yeah, it's blowing a bunch. His bow's moving quite a bit. He's there. He let down again. So we're going to be on his third draw. This one has to go.
Yep. This one's got to go.
Yeah.
And Tim Gillingham is behind him going to school, I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah. He's right over Jeff's shoulder looking to see what's happening. He might be watching his arrow flight to see how much it drifts.
100%. All right, this one's got to go.
Good height.
Looks to me like Jeff Hooman's going to get it about straight 3 inches left.
Gotcha.
For those of you wondering, apparently nobody gave the band the memo that there was a shoot-off going on over here, so they're firing up the big stage. But looks to me like Jeff Hooman's going to advance against Ron Barnt, but we'll see how that goes.
If I had to call it sitting here, I would agree. I think Jeff's got this one.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to be you know, I don't want to be Nostradamus here or anything, but I think Timmy's probably well prepared for what's coming.
Tim Gillingham, I've said it before doing commentary, is the most prepared guy out here, period. He works harder than anybody out here. And I know he qualified first. He was, you know, second place was 27 points behind him.
Right.
You know, that's a huge spread. That's because Tim's the most prepared. He did the most homework. He figures these cuts. He knows exactly what to do. I'm sure he wasn't happy with his 4:14, which is still fantastic.
Right.
But he works harder than anybody out here.
And here you go. Jeff Hooman has advanced and has eliminated Ron Barnt. And now he faces Tim, and Tim's making him shoot first.
Interesting.
Well, Tim's a strategist.
Yeah, he is.
And he's been watching Jeff shoot, what, 3 arrows now?
Yep.
Or at least 2.
Change it up a little.
Well, and he's seeing what his arrows are doing. So for Tim, he's literally already strategizing on, all right, how big a dot is Jeff going to make me hit?
Yeah.
And they are shooting this standing bear. How far is that standing bear?
That standing bear is 71 yards up that hill.
Now, there is the possibility that Jeff Hooman could just stroke this, Darren.
Yeah, we need to see somebody smash this dot at 71.
Ooh.
High again. I don't
It's going to
understand.
be about 8-10 inches high.
Everybody's hitting that thing high. Most everybody's hitting
Right.
that thing high.
How much you want to bet Tim doesn't?
Tim won't hit it high.
No.
He may give it some English if he dips a little low and push that thing up a little, but I doubt he hits that high.
Well, obviously, Tim did switch back to his wrist rocket. He is shooting the trigger. So I'm going to watch the target. You watch Timmy and see if anything funny
Tim's got a
happens.
string on the front of his stabilizers to detect wind, and it's standing straight out. No, it's relaxing. Oh, it's relaxing a little there. He's going to reset, come to full draw again.
He didn't have a hiccup down there, did he?
He did have a little bit of a hiccup, but
right.
it almost looked like the bow came off the wall more than a hiccup. But
All right, here we go. Oh, just that's the closest arrow we've seen to that dot.
No surprise.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
not surprised. Tim will win that first target on this grizzly bear at 71.
Yep, so he's going to be up 1-0 on Jeff Hooman, and here we go. The Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot at 88.9 yards.
So does he make Jeff Hooman shoot first again? I'll bet he does.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, because, you know, Tim, he's an aim small, miss small guy.
The smaller the target, the more close to he's going to hit it.
100%. If you put a 10-inch dot at 100, he'll shoot worse groups than if you put a 5-inch dot at 100.
Yeah. If he shoot a 10-inch dot, he'll shoot a 10-inch group. If you put a 2-inch dot, he'll shoot a 2-inch group. That's just how Tim does.
Absolutely, and he does good at it.
He's 52 or 3 now,
52.
and he's as competitive. He's just as competitive now as he was the day I met him.
Right, if not more. All right, here we go. Jeff Hooman, Bigfoot, 88.9 yards. Here we go.
Pretty good wind blowing right now,
There
too.
is now. Jeff's got to aim off with those big arrows, Darren.
Yeah, he has to aim.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and that's up in the right chesticle.
High and left again.
So basically, all Tim needs to do right here is basically get a decent 8.
It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't hit it. Knowing Tim,
Yep.
wouldn't surprise me at all.
And the wind pretty much just died down. Here, anyway. Ooh. He hit the 14, which is still going to be closer. So Tim Gillingham will be your 2021 OPA champion. Tim Gillingham's all smiles right around here, brother. All right, Tim. Well, this is your favorite tournament. You make no bones about it. You put in more preparation and more work for this than any other event you shoot, which is hard to comprehend to begin with. But talk a little bit about, you know, your day yesterday and kind of the preparation that puts you into this position.
Well, I feel like I've kind of struggled ever since I got here. You know, I usually feel pretty ready for this, but I didn't. I just had a little bit of struggle with my shooting, my sight leveling, which I should be a master at by now. But I seem to have it screwed up a bunch this weekend, but I just put the extra time and effort in. As last night I went out and shot a range when I really didn't want to. Still didn't have my third axis on. Come back in this morning, reset it, and went back out. And in fact, I made another adjustment just over there practicing because I was hitting these high arrows, and I figured it out.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the release change. We talked to you last week at Yankton. You switched to a handheld, shot it yesterday, but switched back to the old reliable wrist rocket there. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, over the years, I've tried a plethora of different releases. I've had success with all of them, but I feel like when I'm under pressure and I really need to make precise shots, an index trigger gives me a little bit more forgiveness. Everything's in line. If I do make a mistake, it doesn't seem to be as catastrophic. And I'm not afraid to change. I mean, it's if something ain't working, I'm going to fix it.
Well, you will certainly give it a go. Congratulations, brother, on yet another OPA Bowfest win.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
All right.